This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Tuesday means it's Type 2 or Standard Tuesday, and this week we have a super interesting, sort of vaguely familiar deck to check out. This is Dubious Champion, or that's what I'm calling it at least, but for Standard. So you might remember a month ago or so we played Dubious Champion, a deck built around Dubious Challenge and Champion Aronas in Modern. Well, this is kind of the standard build of that deck, except this deck has to go super deep, because some of the easy ways to break Dubious Challenge from Modern, like Flicker Wisp, Brooding Surian, those cards aren't legal in Standard, so we gotta go super deep to make it work. This one comes to us from Togawa Akira, who took it to an undefeated finish in a small Japanese tournament, so congrats to Togawa on a super sweet deck. A quick reminder before we break down Dubious Champion for Standard. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Dubious Champion, the idea of this deck is pretty much like the Modern deck. So we're looking to cast a Dubious Challenge, hit two different groups of cards. We need to hit a finisher and an enabler, and hopefully with a little bit of trickery, some extra help, turn that into the game win. So if you forgot what Dubious Challenge does somehow, 4 mana, you get to look at the top 10 cards of your deck, you choose 2 creatures from it, your opponent gets first choice of those creatures, they gain control of it, goes on the battlefield under their control, we get the leftover creature. So to make this work, we have to build our deck in such a way that no matter what our opponent chooses, since they get first choice, it can still end up working out in our favor, which, like I said in the intro, way more challenging in Standard, but we do have some really far-fetched ways of trying to make it work. So first off, our finishers, we have 3 different dinosaurs, 2 Galtas, 2 Zetalpas, 2 Zakamas. So these are just all really big threats that will hopefully be able to close out the game quickly once we get them with Dubious Challenge. Galta 12/12 Trample has the upside of that we can actually cast it sometimes if we have a bunch of creatures on the battlefield. Zetalpa, attacking for 8 in the air thanks to double strike, indestructible trampling, really hard to deal with. And then Zakama just kind of does it all. Can shoot down our opponent's stuff, gain us life, blow up artifacts and enchantments. So when we cast our Dubious Challenge, we want to hit one of these cards, and then we also have to hit an enabler. And our enablers are a little bit janky. So our enablers in Standard are Fairgrounds Warden, Bishop of Binding, and Angel of Sanction. So these cards all have one thing in common, and that is when they enter the battlefield, we get to use them to exile a creature that our opponent controls. So let's say, for example, we cast our Dubious Challenge, we hit Zakama, we hit Fairgrounds Warden. So our opponent gets to choose which creature they want. If they choose Zakama, that's fine. We get a Fairgrounds Warden, we use the Fairgrounds Warden to exile the Zakama, and then we end up basically up a Fairgrounds Warden, and if that Fairgrounds Warden ever leaves the battlefield, it suddenly turns into a Zakama. On the other hand, our opponent could choose to take the Fairgrounds Warden, give us the Zakama, and then they will exile the Zakama with Fairgrounds Warden most likely, and we end up with kinda nothing, except if we get the Fairgrounds Warden off the battlefield, then suddenly we get the Zakama too. So after we cast our Dubious Challenge, the end result is most likely going to be our opponent ending up with a Fairgrounds Warden with one of our finishers under it, or one of our other enablers. Can be Angel of Sanction, can be Bishop as well. So to actually take advantage of this in Standard, we need one more step. So it kind of goes back around primarily to our Fairgrounds Warden, Bishop of Binding, Angel of Sanctions. After we Dubious Challenge and get a finisher under one of these cards, then the next copy of one of these cards can target the enabler that has the big thing under it when we do that. So we use, let's say, Fairgrounds Warden to exile the first Fairgrounds Warden. Then we get back our Galta, our Zetalpa, our huge dinosaurs to win the game. So it's basically the same idea as in Modern, but with that extra step thrown in that we actually have to exile or kill one of these creatures to unlock our big thing that we got with Dubious Challenge. We can also use Settle the Wreckage or Cataclysmic Gear Hulk. So we can use as our opponent attacks with the Fairgrounds Warden, we settle the wreckage, we get rid of the Fairgrounds Warden, we get the huge dinosaur out from under it. Cataclysmic Gear Hulk just blows up a bunch of stuff, hopefully including Fairgrounds Warden and Bishops and Angel of Sanctions that are hiding our huge dinosaurs underneath. So we're basically trying to hide our dinosaurs under our enablers and then get them back somehow and use them to win the game. So very janky, going really, really deep, but you never know, the end result can be 4 mana get a huge dinosaur if you put enough work into it and get a little bit lucky. As far as the rest of the deck, Champion Aronas is our backup Dubious Challenge. We can just attack with it, exert it, play our Galta, play our Zatalpa, play any of our huge dinosaurs, Zakama, just for free by exerting our Champion Aronas. So this is another fast and legitimate way we can just jam one of those huge dinosaurs into play. Servant of the Conduit just speeds things up. Cast Servant on turn 2 gives us turn 3 Champion Aronas, turn 3 Dubious Challenge to get the fun started. As far as the mana base, a bunch of dual lands, some Field of Ruins for fixing / hate on flip lands, a few deserts, scavenger grounds for graveyards, endless sands is another way that we can kind of get tricky by exiling our stuff if we need to. If somehow we end up with the Fairgrounds Warden or Bishop or Angel with a dinosaur under it, we can use endless sands to blink it, get rid of it, and get back our dinosaur. Arch of Araska for some card draw. Also some basic lands. As far as the sideboard, we can bring in Approach of the Second Sun as a kind of surprise win condition out of the sideboard. Only 2 copies, gains us some life, gives us another way to win. Ixalan Binding, Naturalize Appetite for the Unnatural as removal. Then we have some random kind of card advantage stuff. Immortal Sun draws us cards, shuts down Planeswalkers. Direfleet Daredevil as a steal spells from our opponent's graveyard. Wildest Dreams just to get stuff back from the graveyard. Crook of Condemnation to hate on our opponent's graveyard. And that is Dubious Champion for Standard. And that's been our Instant Deck Tech for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.